نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Inshallah, in today's lesson we'll learn about Makhraj. Arabic word Makhraj is derived from the root word kha, ra, jim, which means exit. In Tajweed terminology, Makhraj means the place from where the letters exit upon pronunciation. Makharij is the plural of Makhraj. There are 5 main Makharij. Number 1, jauf, which means empty space of the mouth. Number 2, halaq, which means throat. Number 3, lisan, which means tongue. Number 4, ash-shaitan, lips. Number 5, al-khayshum, nasal passage. All Arabic alphabets are pronounced from these 5 main makharij. The question arises, if the same makhraj is used to pronounce more than one letter, then why is the sound of each letter unique? The answer is, the unique sound of each alphabet is due to its characteristics. As each letter has its own qualities, therefore the sound of each letter is unique. For example, letter ta and letter ta. Both of these letters use same exit, but why do they sound different? That's because the characteristic of letter ta is to keep the tongue lowered, hence it's pronounced light. Whereas letter ta, its quality is to keep the tongue elevated when we pronounce the letter. Hence it sounds heavy. And that's what makes it different from letter ta. The tip to make a letter heavy is to raise the back of the tongue and touch it to the roof of the mouth. And to make a letter light, all you have to do is keep the back of the tongue lowered. Then the sound will become light. When we recite istiaaza, by istiaaza I mean Aozo Billahi minash-shaitanir rajim, it has the word shaitan and there is letter ta in it. The pronunciation of ta usually is not articulated correctly and it is pronounced as shaitan instead of shaitan. And this is an obvious mistake. Lahan jali. If you want to know the approximate makhraj of a letter, an easy way to find it is put a sukoon on the letter you're trying to determine the makhraj of. Number 2, pronounce a hamza with fatha before that letter. Where the sound will stop, that is the approximate makhraj of that letter. For example, letter ba, if you put a hamza with fatha before it, so it becomes ab. You will feel that this letter is coming from lips. It's not coming from throat, tongue, or the nasal passage. Let's take letter noon. An. It turns out that the exit point of letter noon is tongue. Let's take another letter, ha. You'll feel it comes out from the throat and not from the tongue, lips, or nasal passage. Now we'll learn about first makhraj, al-jauf, in detail. Al-jauf means the empty space of the mouth. There are 3 mud letters which exit out from al-jauf, and they are alif, waw, and ya. Mud means to prolong, and mud letters help to prolong the sound of any alphabet. The signs of mud letters are, they don't take any haraka. By haraka I mean fatha, kasra, or dhamma. And empty alif preceded by fatha is alif mad. A waw sakin is preceded by a dhamma, then it's waw mad. A ya sakin preceded by kasra is ya mad. An easy tip to remember mad letters is all three mad letters, alif, waw, and ya, take haraka of their matching sounds. Sound of alif is a, and the haraka matches with a sound is fatha. Likewise, waw sound matches with dhamma, and ya sound matches with kasra. Please note that if you see a haraka on alif, waw, or ya, then know that their makhraj is not al-jauf. In Arabic, zabar is called fatha, zair is called kasra, pesh is called dhamma. An example of alif mad is maliki. Here you see an empty alif preceded by fatha, so it is pronounced as ma. We prolong the sound of mim. But if there was no empty alif and it was just mim fatha, then we would read it as ma without prolonging it. Now a question might pop up that how long is the mad? This kind of mad, which we just learned, is only 2 counts. So mim fatha ma is single count, and mim fatha followed by empty alif is ma, which is double count. Once again, ma and ma. Let's look into waw mad example. Aozo. First, let's look for mad letter here. Here, alif has fatha on it. And whenever alif has any haraka, it's called hamza, which is not considered harf mad. Therefore, it will not be stretched here, but we will pronounce it single count, a. After that, there is letter ayn with dhamma, followed by empty waw, which makes it a waw mad. So sound of ayn will be stretched 2 counts. A'udhu. We have an example of ya mad here. There's an empty ya preceded by letter ha with kasra, which is an example of ya mad. Therefore, the sound of ha will be stretched to 2 counts. He, rahim. Now let's repeat these 3 examples again, focusing on the mad letter and its makhraj, al-jauf. Maliki. I will stretch the alif mad a little bit longer so you can focus on the makhraj, that it's coming from al-jauf. Ma. Notice that alif mad sound is coming from the empty space of the mouth. A'udhu. Rahim. He. The alif mad, waw mad, and ya mad comes from the empty space of the mouth, which in Arabic is called al-jauf. In our next lesson, we'll learn the detail of our second makhraj. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. If you benefited from the video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.